Have you ever wondered how Arduino programming works? Or perhaps what even is Arduino? Well, here's the scoop. Arduino is a fascinating platform that allows anyone, from the curious hobbyist to the professional developer, to create interactive electronic objects. So, if you're thinking about dipping your toes into the vast ocean of Arduino programming, here's a simple breakdown. At the heart of it, Arduino programming is a way to tell your Arduino board what to do and when to do it. It's like a set of instructions you give to your Arduino board to perform tasks like reading sensor data, turning on an LED, or even operating a small motor. The Arduino platform uses a simplified version of C++, making it an excellent place to start if you're new to programming. It's a high-level language, which means it's closer to human language and farther from machine language. This makes it easier to read, write, and understand. First and foremost, every Arduino program, also known as a sketch, has two primary functions, setup and loop. The setup function is where you set your initial conditions. It runs only once, when you first power up the board or hit the reset button. In the setup function, you might specify which pins you're using as inputs or outputs, or start using a library. Then comes the loop function. As the name suggests, this function loops repeatedly, allowing your program to change and respond. It's where the magic happens. You could be reading sensor values, making decisions with if-else statements, or controlling outputs like LEDs. Now you might wonder, what are these pins that are mentioned? Well, pins on an Arduino board are like gateways. They allow your Arduino to communicate with various components like LEDs, sensors, and motors. There are digital pins for digital input and output, and analog pins for analog input. Libraries in Arduino are a godsend. They're like pre-written pieces of code that you can use to control certain components or perform common tasks. They save you from having to write complex code from scratch. For instance, there's a library for controlling motors, one for handling time, and another for managing different types of displays. So, to recap, Arduino programming is all about creating a set of instructions for your Arduino board. It involves writing a sketch in a simplified version of C++, where you define what happens at the start in the setup function, and then what continues to happen in the loop function. Pins on your Arduino board are the gateways for communication with different components, and libraries are the pre-written code that makes your life easier. With these tools at your disposal, you can create a myriad of interesting and interactive projects. Remember, Arduino programming is not about knowing everything from the get-go. It's about learning, experimenting, and most importantly, having fun along the way. So get your hands on an Arduino board, start tinkering, and see where your creativity leads you.